Modi.
Hi, Joanne.
Were you able to hear my playing?
No.
Oh dear. Well, then let me do a little bit, may I? If you didn't hear any of that, didn't hear
Mary
any
Lou,
of
we
that?
heard your playing. We just, the audio
good.
cut out when you began to speak.
Oh, good. Oh, perfect. Who needs me?
No, now we can hear you.
But you were able to hear my playing, yes? Yes.
Yeah. So
I'm
Mary Lou, tell us about the composer, please.
Yes, that was a setting, an original setting of Modim Anach Nulach by Rebecca Mirsky, cantor Rebecca Mirsky.
How beautiful. How beautiful. Mary Lou, thank you so much for welcoming us in with such incredible music. To all of you, we are so glad that you're joining us for Temple Akiba's Shabbat evening service with participation not only by our choir director, but so many members of our choir as well. My name is Rabbi Zach Shapiro. Co-officiating with me is Cantor Lonnie Freilich, our cantorial intern, Liz Baseman, and there's so much about tonight, which is exciting because for the first time in months, we are going to have tomorrow a very small family-only bat mitzvah for Mia, who is going to be ascending spiritually and physically our bima to engage in this age-old tradition. So in a little while, we're going to hear from Mia, excuse me, as she and her family participate in some of our prayers. I wanted to acknowledge from the beginning that welcoming you as you entered this prayer space was Maya Pellet, not Mia, but Maya in this case. Maya, do you want to come on camera for a second and say hello?
You can see me, right?
Yep.
Okay. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I'm Maya Pellet. I'm a member of the 7th grade class, and I would love to welcome you to tonight's service.
Thank you so much, Maya, and your bat mitzvah is coming up. We also want to share that also in our service tonight, although they weren't official greeters, we saw that Diego Horowitz is here, and it's great seeing him. And Claire Ostrick is also here. Claire's bat mitzvah is next week, and they're also in our 7th grade class, and it's great that they are here participating and learning what it's like, what Mia's going through to become a bat mitzvah. So we are going to now continue with the singing of Hine Matov, how wonderful it is that we're all here together as a community, and Delisha will be singing this with us.
Hine Matov Manayim Shevet Achim Kam Yachad. Hine Matov Manayim Shevet Achim Kam Yachad. Hine Matov Manayim Shevet Achim Kam Yachad. Hine Matov Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yahad. Hine Matov Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yahad. Hine Matov Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yahad. Hine Matov Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. 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 Hine Matov Manayim Shabbat Akim Gam Yahad, Hine Matov Manayim, Shabbat Akim Gam Yahad.
Thank you so much for connecting us spiritually through your light. Speaking of light, our next prayer is the kindling of the Shabbat candles. So Mia, we invite you and your sister Sophia and your parents Dina and Steve to come to the camera and light these candles as a family as you enter this weekend of your bat mitzvah. Let's see, Mia, are you there?
Can you see it?
There you are. Yes, we can see you.
Very close to me. One, two, three. Baruch atah Eloheinu melech haolam. Oh wait, that's you.
Asher
Kiddushanu b'mitzvotav.
lehadlik ner.
Say louder.
Amen.
Amen.
Now we're gonna continue now with our Kiddush, and we ask all who are able to please rise, and Mia will continue with our Kiddush for Shabbat.
Take the Kiddush cup.
Mia, if you can do this standing up. Great.
Baruch atah Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzah b'manu, v'shabbat kodesh, v'chava u'ratzah, kinchilanu, yikaran l'ma'aseh bereshit, ki hu yom tefillah, l'mikra'ei kodesh, zecher l'siyat Mitzrayim. Kivanu v'charta v'atanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat kodesh v'achava u'ratzon kinchotanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Amen.
Amen. L'chaim, Mazel Tov. How exciting to celebrate with your entire family. It's now our honor to invite to our virtual bima, Myrna Caton, who is here representing our board. Myrna, Shabbat Shalom to you.
Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi, and Shabbat Shalom, everybody. And congratulations, Mia. Tomorrow is your big day, and it's so exciting that you're going to be a first in the sanctuary. That's so great. Also, congratulations to your parents, Dina and Steve and Sophia. We're proud of all of you. Well, it's going to be a busy week starting this week, starting with this Wednesday, November 18th, 7 o'clock. We're going to have a town hall meeting for everyone, all the Temple Akiba members. And it's our State of the Temple meeting. We'll present an update on what's happening, and we'll be including financial information for our budget this year. And members will be able to ask questions and get responses. So that's Wednesday. Then next Friday, Shabbat service, will be, I'm sorry, Friday Shabbat service is going to feature guest artist Ilana Aryan. And that service will begin at 6:30, and she'll be playing guitar and singing. And this event will be sponsored by the Sisterhood. So worship with us and enjoy Ilana. Then the next night, Saturday night, we're going to hold a fundraiser, a virtual poker night and silent auction. And this is to benefit our youth program. And the poker night begins at 6:30, but the silent auction is open now. So the participation links are all on our website. So I want to thank everybody who's participating tonight in the service, our wonderful clergy and choir, and wish you all again Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you so much, Myrna. We mentioned earlier that participants from the 7th grade, including Maya Pellet and Diego Horowitz and Clara Ostrich, were here. We noticed that the Elkinson family is here, and perhaps Cece and Gabe, who are in the 8th grade, are also here. And it's great to see all of these young people joining our service. We'd now like to invite Linda Park, the Sisterhood president, followed by Herman Barnathan, our representative from the men's group, to present. They are here. Mia, for you, they have special presentations for you. Linda, why don't you come on first? And if we can't find, Linda, are you there?
I'm here.
There you are, okay.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and Shabbat Shalom and Mazel Tov to Mia and her family. On behalf of the Sisterhood, it's my privilege to present to you a Kiddush cup, which Rabbi will give to you in person tomorrow so that you can use it for your service. It's very important to see that the continuation, Lador Vador, goes on and on and on, and you are part of a immeasurable chain and a welcome part of that chain. And we're so proud of the fact that you have chosen to do this and that your family has supported your effort in doing this. And we know that tomorrow's service will be absolutely amazing. So mazel tov to you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Linda. Herman Barnathan.
Okay, Mia, mazel tov. You did a great job so far on the candle lighting and on the Kiddush, and I know you're going to do very well tomorrow also. As a member of the men's group, as a matter of fact, I am the presenter to you from the men's group, the Tanakh, the Holy Scriptures. Your Hebrew is beautiful, but we made it easier for you. The book is in English. The Tanakh, from the very, very beginning, from the creation to the very, very end, which is, I believe, Chronicles. Am I right this time, Rabbi? Okay. Everything you want to know, unless, of course, you want to build a spaceship, that you won't find out in here. But anything that you need to know concerning the Jewish religion, concerning the Jewish people, concerning how to live your life, you'll find in this book. Cherish it, turn it over and over. Always remember what is written in here. The rabbi will give you the wrapped book tomorrow at the synagogue. Tonight, we're just showing you what you're going to receive. Tanakh, the Holy Scriptures. Mazel tov to you. Mazel tov to your family.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Herman. We are now going to continue with the singing. Oh, and you people who are here via Zoom, feel free to say something in the chat box to Mia and her family, just so they know that they are surrounded by lots of love. That's part of what this interactivity is about. We're going to continue now with Lecha Dodi with our cantorial intern, Liz Baseman.
As we gather together this Shabbat, we get ready to welcome the Sabbath bride. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'ribur echad, hishmi'anu el hameyuchad. Adonai echad, u'shemo echad, l'shem u'tiferet v'litchila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nilcha, ki hi mekor haberacha. Mirosh mikadem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshava techila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, toreri, kiva orech kumi ori. Uri, uri, shir daveri, kevod Adonai, alayich nigla. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. And as we rise together in body or spirit to invite the Shabbat bride into our space, Boi v'shalom ateret ba'ala, gam besimcha u'betzoch ola. Toch emunei am segula, boi kala, boi kala. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela.
Thank you so much, Liz. That was so beautiful, so much energy. We now invite Mia, who will be chanting the Chatzi Kaddish.
Can we get the page number, please?
It's page 26.
Thank you.
Kadal, Kadal Shemay Rabba, Ba'amadi Brachute, Yamlich Machute, Bechayechan Uv Yamechan Uchayedechol Beit Israel, Ba'agala, Uvizman Karib, Be'imeru, Amen. Yehishme Rabba Mavara, Leolam Alame Alamaya, Yibara, Yibra, Yibtaga, Yibhar, Runa, Vitnase, Vithadar, Vithale, Vithala, Shemedikisha, Rehu, Laevan, Minko, Virsta, Virshata, Tu, Shachata, Bene, Hemata, Darim, Bama, Be'imeru, Amen. Amen.
Amen. Yeah, that was wonderful. Friends, our formal call to worship begins with a Baruch Hu. It basically says, God, we're ready, we're ready. And we invite all who are able to please rise, and this will be led by Sean Taylor.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Baruch Hu Adonai Hamevoch. Baruch Hu Adonai Hamevoch. Baruch Adonai Hamevoch Olam Vayed. Baruch Adonai Hamevoch Olam Vayed. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Thank you so much, Sean. We're going to continue. We remain standing with the singing of the Shema Yisrael with Carol Siebman.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Laolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Laolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Thank you so much, Carol. Please be seated, everyone, and Mia will continue with the chanting of the Via Hafta. And I believe that's on page 36, Mia.
Thank you. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל אשריך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. וחיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבבך ודיברת בם, ישיבתך בביתך ולכתך בדרך, ושובתך וקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידך, וחיו לתתפל בין עיניך, וקשרתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, ואתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתיכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Amen. Mia, that was just beautiful. Thank you. As we prepare for the Micha Mocha, which Cantor will be chanting and singing, I'll offer another reading from our prayer book. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. Cantor?
This version of the Micha Mocha this evening is by Alana Arian, who is going to be our guest artist next Friday. And I've asked her to sing this as well. So I'm very excited to be able to share this with you and to be able to hear the original composer singing it with us next Friday. So we hope you can all join us for our services then. Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you? Kodesh, no ratehilo, no seifele, no ratehilo, no seifele. Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you?
Cantor, I have my age-old question. If a tambourine is tapping, but there's no one who is there to hear because I'm muted, does it make any noise?
Of course it does. It's making noise in our spirits and in our souls.
Awesome. Good. Thank you. Good answer. Mia, back to you. We are going to continue with the Amidah, and this is our standing prayer. And Mia, for your prayer book, it begins on page 46. We invite all who are able to rise once again.
Adonai, Sefatitai Uvi Agidati Latecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elokei Avoteinu ve'Imateinu. Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, El Hagador, Hagador Hanara, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Bekanei Hakol, Bezacher Hasdei Avot B'imachot, Umevi Kula Livnei Bneihem, Lemon Shemel Be'achava, Mela Otzer Umashia Umagin, Baruch Atah Adonai, Negin Abraham, Bezarat Sarah. Atagi Boilam Adonai, Mechayecha Kol Ata Baruchia, Mechaye Chaim Bechesed, Mechayecha Kol Berachamim Rabim, Zonak Noflim Verusei Cholim, Umatir Asirim, Umekaye Emunato, Lishana Yafar, Michamel Chapal Gevuru, Umedo Melech, Melech Nami, Umechaye, Umatzi Yeshua, Bena'eman Atah L'chayer Hakol. Baruch Atah Adonai Mechayer Ha'akol. Atah Kadosh Hashem HaKadosh, U'Kadoshim B'chol Yom, Yehalelu Chaselach. Baruch Atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh.
Amen.
Mia, thank you so much. That was so beautiful. Friends, we ask that those who are still standing, that you please be seated and take a moment now to look inside your hearts and souls and think deeply, think really deeply. What are your prayers on this Shabbat? We're going to take a moment for those silent reflections, and please take that time to listen to your heart and soul. When I was little, I would listen to our cantor or a member of our choir sing one of my favorite songs, Shalom Rav. And for years and years and years, I thought that Shalom Rav meant hello, Shalom Rav, Rabbi, hello, Rabbi. But I learned later on that's not what Shalom Rav means. The word Shalom, of course, it can mean hello, it can mean goodbye, but more important, it means something that's all-encompassing. It's like a peaceful embrace. So it means that peaceful inclusion, and Rav means great or huge. So when we sing Shalom Rav, it's saying, oh God, embrace us with an immense amount of goodness. Jean Gaska will be singing this for us.
Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Ki atahu melech l'adon lahol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lahol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. V'tov b'necha levarech et amcha Yisrael. Behol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
Thank you so much, Jean. We now have an opportunity to offer prayers for healing. Randy Murphy will be singing our Misha Berach. It's more than a song, it's a prayer. If there are people that you know who could use an extra prayer for healing at this time, please share those names in our chat box so we can all be aware. And please know that you're not alone. Randy?
May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us
Thank you so much, Randy, for giving voice to what's in so many of our hearts. You know, in our congregation, we often think of a Misha Berach as specifically a prayer for healing, but the truth is, a Misha Berach can be offered in many different, for many different kinds of occasions. And we want to offer an additional one today for celebration. And we usually don't single out birthdays because we had the first Friday of the month when we usually do them. But in this particular case, how can we not say happy birthday to our one and only Zoom master, Carol Diamond, who is celebrating her birthday tomorrow. So Kendra, do we have a special birthday song we can sing for Carol?
Of course we do. Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach. Happy birthday to Carol, happy birthday to Carol, happy birthday to Carol, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Carol!
Carol, can you spotlight yourself? There we are.
Yay.
Yay.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you all.
You got it. Thank you, Carol, for everything you do. We appreciate you. Okay. Well, Shabbat Shalom again, everyone. There are times that I just don't understand the other side. the other side of an argument, the other side of a chess player's strategy, the other side of a religious ideal, the other side of the choice of colors to paint the house, and yes, the other side of a political ideal. This last one is perhaps on all of our minds right now. It's just so hard to wrap our heads and our hearts around what is going on in our country. And we find ourselves saying, why don't they see it my way? But if we take a look at our Torah portion for this Shabbat, we learn that perhaps, just perhaps, we have a sacred opportunity to take another approach. Rather than expecting them to see things our way, perhaps we should try once in a while to see things their way. It's not always easy, and it's not what our gut often tells us, and it's not even the most apparent part of the portion. Our portion of Shabbat is called Chaye Sarah. It means the life of Sarah. And it begins actually with Sarah's death. And then it continues with her husband Abraham negotiating to find a proper burial spot for Sarah. The portion continues with Abraham trying to find the perfect mate for his son Isaac. And then we have the death of Abraham in the same portion. And here's where I think it gets interesting. After Abraham dies, the portion talks about the lineage of Abraham's older son, Ishmael. Now, we often talk about the 12 tribes of Israel, but we don't usually consider that there were also 12 tribes of Ishmael. Ishmael had 12 sons, and the Bible names each of them in this portion. Now, I'm not sure if Deb Falcon is listening. She's one of our members. But usually when we're in Torah study and we get to lineages, Deb says, why do we have to go through these names? Can't we go through them, get to the other side? And you know what? Part of me just wants to say, yes, let's turn the page. But there's something very valuable in not only reading each name aloud, but in understanding that these names have meanings. Now, Ishmael historically was the opposite side of the Jewish people. The Ishmaelites were the ones who were often known to be our enemies. They were on the other side of everything. But I want to share something quite interesting. And this was from a teaching from one of my teachers, Rabbi Michael Marmor of HUC. He looked at those 12 tribes and he said, 5 of those names are absolutely astonishing. One of Ishmael's sons' names was named Nevayot, which means heights. One of them has the name Mishma, which is from the word Shema, means to listen or to hear. One of them had the name Duma, which means silence. One of them had the name Nafish, similar to Nefesh, which means soul. And one of them had the name Kedma, which is connected to the word Kadima, meaning forward. Heights, hearing, silence, soul, and forward. How can anyone who is the enemy of our people have a name that is so beautiful? And I believe there's deep meaning in our taking a moment to understand how powerful their names are. Dear God, from the first name, allow us to ascend to new heights, enabling us to achieve new perspectives, understanding that each person is capable of being B'Tselem Elohim in your divine image, O God. Those people with whom we don't agree, They are capable of being in your image if we can ascend to the heights so we can see them and understand them. The second name, having to do with listening or hearing. God, allow us to hear, to really hear what others are saying. What is the underlying motivation that stirs their actions? Please, God, help us to hear and to listen. The third name has to do with silence. Dear God, allow us to be silent, not to fill our own heads with noise while others are expressing their thoughts. Please, God, let us hold our tongues. The fourth name having to do with nephesh or soul. Dear God, allow us to connect one nephesh, one soul to another. Remind us that there is divine holiness in each soul, divine spirit in each soul, and divine inspiration in each soul. We may not agree. We may vehemently oppose what they want, but that person still has a holy soul. And finally, God, the last name having to do with moving forward. Help us, God, to move forward. If we make time to ascend to the heights, to listen deeply, to offer silence, to see their soul, then we can move forward together. And no, it may not be possible all the time, for there will be those who don't care to ascend, who don't care to listen. There will be those who make noise rather than create silence. And there will be those whose souls are not harnessing goodness. But when they don't, we still do. And we still strive and we still try. May the descendants of Abraham embrace one another, because our future is about creating light in places where there's been darkness. Dear friends, those children of Ishmael, as we learn from our portion, they are sacred. And even though something about our tradition has always pitted them against us, write in their names, give us reasons to approach them and be with them. Again, this is whether you see things different religiously, it's whether you see things different in an argument, it's whether you see things different in the colors that you paint your house. And it's like this if you see things differently in how you think politically about the future of our country. We need to move forward. We can only do it by understanding one another. King Hiratso, may that be God's will. Amen. Our prayer, which is about moving forward to a time of unique oneness, is the Aleinu. And we invite all who are able to rise once again as we offer this prayer.
Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula leotzer breshit, shelo asanu kageye ha'aratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו Shemo Echad.
Please be seated, everyone. Earlier this week, we, as a country, observed Veterans Day. And in tremendous gratitude for those who have served our country to enable our freedom, we salute you. We remember your comrades who have died. They truly are martyrs for our people. And so I offer this reading in their honor. Remember our people who suffered and died so that we could be free and secure. May their memory be more than a distant shadow. For their dreams left unfulfilled and lives taken too soon, we remember. Remember our brothers and sisters whose sacrifice kept the dream of democracy and justice alive. May their courage be our inspiration and strength. For life cut short and vision unrealized, we remember. Remember the fallen of our armed services, the victims of terror and tragedy. May the darkness of their loss not obscure the light of peace. They were in love with our land and in love with life. For the agony, the tears, the mothers and the fathers, for the children who were and the children yet to be, we remember. In addition to all those in our armed services, we also remember on this Shabbat those victims of the Shoah. Earlier this week, we commemorated Kristallnacht, the pogroms that launched the Nazi regime, their horrible annihilation of our people. Well, it didn't launch the Nazi regime, that had already begun, but it was the turning point in the regime from oppression to annihilation. And so, to all the 6 million Jews and the millions of others who perished in that time, we remember. In our own congregation, our hearts turn to those who have died in these past 30 days for whom we are in Shloshim. We remember Barbara Levy and Jerry Sriro. If there are additional names of those that you are thinking of who have died in these past 30 days, please share those names in our chat box. We add to the names the yard sites, the anniversaries of the deaths that occur on this Shabbat. We begin with those who have plaques in our Sue and Jerry Erfrid Memorial Room. Eugenia Baker, Irving Benjamin, Lillian Greenspan, Maurice Kahn, Rose Kamens, Morris Kimmelman, Frank Klitzner, Michael Koniak, Ann Leibowitz, Abraham Pashansky, Mark Siegel. We also remember on this Shabbat these yard sites. And once again, if there are people that you are remembering for yard site, please share their names. Maureen Bellatini, Theodora Berger, Maurice Burns, Ida Chelner, Robert Konkoff, Adrian Fagan, Walter Host, Edith Kaplan, Celia Katz, Herman Krupnik, Dr. David Paperny, Sam Perlich, Chaya Sugar, Leslie Smith, Mortimer Stern, Saul Stern, Jill Sylvan, Edward Tobin, Ben Waxman, Abraham Zinman. May their memories guide us with goodness. We rise together as a congregation for Kaddish Yatom, for the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah v'yamad divrach rotei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael b'agalau v'yizman kariv imru amen. Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevarach Le'olam U'amei Omaya. Yiparach V'yishtabach V'yitba'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shemei D'Kudashah Barichu Le'elam Min Kol Birchata V'shirata Tushbachata V'nechemata Damiran B'alma V'imru Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya V'chayim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom B'mramav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel V'imru Amen. May the one who causes peace to be known in the high heavens help us understand that by reaching out to one another, we create peace on earth as well. For all Israel and for all humanity, we say, Amen. Please be seated, everyone. Our cantorial intern, Liz, has our closing song for us tonight.
In the spirit of, as Rabbi was saying, seeing the other side, in the spirit and the memory and the love for all of our veterans who have served their time to protect us and give us a space and a home and a land in which to see those other sides. We remember that it's not just one side or the other. We all have a space in this land. And this land is your land and my land. It's for all of us. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. Let's hear it, everybody. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. I've roamed and rambled, and I followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of her diamond deserts. And all around me a voice was sounding. This land was made for you and me. One more time. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me.
Thank you so much to our cantorial intern. Thank you so much to all the members of our choir, to Mary Lou Basaraba, to Mia and her incredible family for bringing us so much light. Again, to Maya Pellet for being our greeter tonight. We are so grateful. And again, to Carol Diamond for being the incredible Zoom master that you are. Cantor, do we have a special challah tonight?
I do, but I also believe that the Sokolov family has a challah tonight as well. I heard them talking about it earlier on. So, Sokolov family, do you have challahs ready for us?
Yeah.
So if we could spotlight the Sokolov family.
Oh no, we can share.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, take it off. Yeah.
All right, so Sokolofs, Mia, are you okay leading us in the blessing?
Yeah.
In the Hamotzi? All right, so everyone, we are gonna, in our tradition of Temple Akiba, we're gonna reach our hand out and pretend like we are touching the Chalas and the Sokolof family, and Mia and family are gonna lead us in our Hamotzi.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Amen. Shabbat shalom, everyone. And mazel tov again to the Sokolofs. We invite those who are here in Zoom to stay and hang out a little bit while we turn the YouTube live off.